It is very important for you to know that it is the responsibility of God to commit himself to you, especially in the area of your academics. Many of us don't believe that our academic is also part of our life. You don't have a separate life. I know sometimes people say that academic life, financial life, relational life, spiritual life. I believe your life is your life. Every part of your life, God is interested in it. There is no way that God will say, I'm only interested in this one, this one. It doesn't matter. No. Commit all of them to him. And the same way that God is helping you prosper in your spiritual life, he will help you prosper in your academic life. But the problem is this: do you truly commit that to him? Are you wise in your own understanding when it comes to your academics? Have you ever sat down and said, God, I'm praying for this my exam? And if you sat down and say, oh God, help me in this my exams. Also, don't be the kind of a believer that only remember God, like I said, in the day when you have an exam. Many of you don't fear God. If you've never been committed to God, never been to service, you don't come at all. When it's time for exam, in fact, some people, it is when it's time for exam that they run away from God. You realize that? I remember that on campus, when it's time for exam, prayer meetings begin to reduce. Do you know why? People say they are leaving to go and organize their GP. The people that left to organize their GP became more frustrated after the result came out. They left God to go and organize their GP. The GP was not organized. We spend how many hours in the presence of God? Highest 4 hours we are done. That's once in a week that time. But do you know that many people felt that one is a distraction? If you truly fear God, how all of a sudden an exam affects your commitment to God? And you think that you have neglected God to go on your own understanding to excel, you'll be shocked that as you left God, God will left you. So when the result come, I say, God, why? Him too is asking you to why. Whether you like it or not, God will always be interested in every aspect of your life. It doesn't matter how you feel like it. But there is an understanding you need to have beyond just your TDB, beyond just that I have finished on the handout. No. Because many more times the reason why we get disappointed is because we have done all we know by ourselves. And later on, when the thing happened that way, we now get angry. Lean upon the Lord, allow him. God, this exam is not mine, it's yours. This doesn't belong to me, it belongs to you. Anyhow, you do it. I told people, if you are only interested in the glory, you don't want the shame, you are not ready. The day you have a carryover, you are afraid, you are ashamed. The day you have A, you tell everybody, do you know how I read? Do you know how much TDB I did? This first class you see, I know what I did. The day you now fail, you now say they fail you. That's a good idea. Suddenly you are willing to take the glory, you are ashamed. There is a shame that comes with the failure. But a man that God will continue to lift is a man that is willing to take both the shame and the glory. In the midst of that disappointment, be happy, be excited, and tell God, it's not me, it's you. Whatsoever you want to do, you have done it. So I want to let you know that what we call academic excellence is nothing but your ability to excel and prosper in your academics. Your ability to excel and prosper in your academics endeavor is academic excellence. And it is not only limited to the student, it's also applicable to the lecturer, to the institution itself. Every lecturer wants to prosper, wants to excel academically. They have their own ranking in authority in their growth. The same way every institution, every university wants a good pedigree. They want a good report. They want to be a school that actually have a reward for what they do call academically. Every school also want to have what we call academic excellence attached to their name. They want to be a school of excellence. They want to be a school that is recognized. Why? Because everybody is after academic excellence. As long as you find yourself in an educational institution, the student want to excel, the principal want to excel, the lecturer want to excel, the institution itself want to excel. But how can men excel by their own understanding? According to the standard of this kingdom, everybody is a failure until they hold on to God. You can never succeed until God help you. The first step is to be able to forget about everything you know. I know you have a goal, you have a target. Your ability to break through and to excel is depending upon a grace supply. Whether you like it or not, success academically is upon the strength of a grace. Not everybody can succeed by themselves. In fact, if you check what you call intelligence, what you call brilliance, I'm telling you, it's a grace. There are people that are born with it inherently, right? But there are people that may not be born with it, but they can tap into that economy. There are people that, if you like, ask all kinds of applied questions to confuse them, they will still understand it. There are people that will read a handout once they understand. Somebody will read it 10 times. There is somebody that may never even buy a handout. He will just stay in the class like this. As the lecturer is lecturing, the guy is understanding everything. Do you think that thing is normal? It's not normal. There is a grace. That person may actually have that grace in his lineage. Just like the same way there are people that have the healing grace, all those kind of intelligence is a grace, my friends. And that's why I want you to understand these things are not naturally born for everybody. There are people that cannot fail. It's their designation. Even if they want to fail, you can't fail them. But there are people that may not be like that, but they can tap into the economy. So my goal in this series is to tell you that even if you are born a dollar, even if you are born you cannot write your name, that is a grace you can make contact with. And I'm telling you the truth, you will look upon that same book that look like a sealed book, and you will now begin to understand. Some people lack of understanding is demonic. There is some kind of demonic activity that is inherent in their lineage that makes them to continually fail as a pattern. So it's not a coincidence. Their mother start primary school, stop at primary 4. Their father start and stop. Their sister start and stop. Everybody has a stopping limit. So you now know that those people did not contact a grace to excel. As easy as it is for you to go to primary 1, nursery 1, enter and finish school, there are people that have tried it several times, they could not. Why? They even got angry and went in their old age, they see fail. Some of them were not even failing on their own, they left the school. Do you know why? Do you know why sometimes there are students that get admission and refuse to come to school? There is something within the backyard according to the order of the pattern that say enter no place. So these things are actually demonic oppression. In the same way there's a demonic spirit that can hinder you from succeeding, there is also a grace that back men to excel. That's what I want you to understand. If you can believe so well that there is a devil, a demon somewhere that can stop you from excelling academically, please also believe that there is a God somewhere that is interested in you excelling academically. If you can believe so well, be so convinced that there is a pattern in your family, a course in your family that makes sure that people don't graduate, can you also believe that there is a God somewhere that can break patterns, that can make men graduate? That is now the interest that I have. My interest is not that success is not possible, failure is not possible, pattern is not possible, but my interest is that there is a God that can break through these things and give a man an advantage beyond what he knows. That's what I'm saying. So there are some of you that were not designed to actually graduate from university, but by the power of a prophetic word, by the power of prayer, there's a way you will push through these things, and you can be the first person that will ever graduate in your family. Naturally it's not supposed to be, but there is a grace that make men. Everybody in your family till today write exam and fail, but you step in there with all your lack of understanding. Do you know there are times you go to exam hall, you know what you hold, you are supposed to fail, and you pass. Even you yourself know that it's not you. If you can be so wise to understand that God helped you in a day where you are not supposed to, then if you are conscious enough to actually have that same heart posture, that God, I know you can do. You will be shocked and surprised how much more you excel. Academic excellence is not upon the strength of the weapon of man. By the strength of man shall no man prevail. Come to the end of yourself and say, oh God, I present this academic to you. In the book of Philippians chapter 4 verse 13, the Bible says, I can do all things through Christ which strengthen me. I agree, you cannot do. If you take away the equation of Christ which strengthen me, you cannot do. I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. I can do. Naturally you cannot. By my strength I cannot understand physics. By my strength I cannot understand further math. By my strength I cannot understand chemistry. In Christ I can do. This thing look like preaching to you, but this is how some of us live. I told you, my father is here, my mother is here, heaven bear me witness, my elder sister is here.